Hello, my name's Scott Minnis, and I'm a solutions consultant with Beyond 20. Today we're going to be talking about the mail monitor log map created by my company. So what this map does is it allows us to get information about all emails being sent or received from the system, including those that have failed. This comes in handy especially for hosted customers, as you have no direct access to the logs normally as a hosted customer. So what I'm going to do is first install this map. So I'm going to press next, and then we want to go ahead and accept the terms of service, and we'll hit next again. If you're on a globalized environment, this map will ask you what culture to apply this to. However, this map should be compatible with all versions of Cherwell. It was built on version 9.1.1, which means it's forward and backwards compatible. For this map, you can go ahead and select Make Reasonable Decisions. As this map primarily uses a new business object we created, it'll have very little interaction with your existing objects. So this is the one object it touches, which is the journal object. You'll see that we're adding this email ID field. It already existed on one of the child objects, but what we did is we brought it up to the group leader. Anytime you edit an object in a map, it also brings over the indexes. This shouldn't matter. You can remove them if you want. Changing these will not affect the map functionality. And then these are some one-steps that are being brought over. And then the rest is related to this mail business object right here. From here, we can go ahead and open the map as a blueprint, and then we can publish the map. Once it's published, we can go over to the blue client. If your blue client was already open, you're going to want to hit Help and then Reload Definitions in order to make sure you've got the newest references loaded. Once your system's refreshed or you've opened the blue client, you're going to want to go to One Step Manager, and then under Global, there's going to be a folder called Beyond 20. And then under Beyond 20, you want to look for the email logging folder. And then you want to run the one step to create a record. Once you create the record, you'll see a form like this. If you haven't run this before, this area down here will be empty until you click on this for the first time. What this does is this identifies how many days of email records we're going to be monitoring from this interface. It's important not to go too far back because this looks at all emails sent and received from your system. The bigger organization you are, the more emails that are sent, and this could become a lot of records, which won't impact the overall performance of your system, but it would impact the performance of any time you're going to this page. Personally, I like to set it for a week, so I'm going to set it for 7 days. And this will show us all incoming and outgoing mail in the system through these two tabs. This is a demo system, so on this one I don't have any outgoing mail. But if I go back to incoming mail, I can select one of these records I want to look at, and then I can select this email button right here. This is going to bring up a copy of the email that was sent, but more importantly, there's this executed actions down here. By clicking on this, we can see what happened to this ticket. So this one was successful, but let's say this failed. If this failed, we'd have the information here about why it failed. So what this does is it gives us the log information around failed records from here, and then we can look at this, take action to remediate whatever caused the failure, and then we can go back and resend the email. What's great is that an email journal record is made regardless of whether or not the status succeeds or fails. For example, if a new email is sent in to create an incident, even if it fails, that journal record is still created. That record is just not associated to anything, so normally there's no way to see it. What this map does is it gives us that visibility that we can go in, look at our emails, and resolve any with failed statuses when needed. For on-premise customers, this is nice because you get a cleaner interface to look at your email logs instead of going through that text file that you'd normally have to go to after remoting into the server. For hosted customers don't have any access to logs within Cherwell. You'd normally have to call Cherwell support and get the logs from Cherwell. This can take a while, so with this map, it basically gives us access to these logs within the blue client. Once this map's applied and you've done this once, that's all you have to do. You could create a one-step on a dashboard that takes you directly here. The other thing you can do, but isn't necessary, is you can put security around this object to prevent other people from accessing it. So currently anyone could technically access this object. However, it's a view-only interface, so you can't actually edit or delete these journal records. They'd just be able to see them. If you do need to create security around this, all you'd have to do is go to the Orange client, and then Security, edit Security Groups. You'd select the group you want to edit right here, and then go to Business Objects, and then you change this to B20 Mail History Tracking, and you could give or deny groups access to this with view by editing these tabs. If you have any questions or issues with the map, you can contact us through our website, beyond20.com. Our contact information is also in the map documentation, as well as on our YouTube channel. Thank you for your time. Good night.